Hey guys, tonight we explore a divine financial miracle that could change your life forever. Imagine waking up tomorrow and realizing that everything you once thought impossible is now within reach. A divine wealth transformation, ordained by God, is about to happen in your life. What will you do with such a blessing tonight? We dive deep into how aligning yourself with divine timing and faith can unlock your financial destiny. Before we begin, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you truly believe in the power of these messages. Let me know where you're tuning in from and what time it is. I'm curious to know. Now, dim the lights, settle in, and let's embark on tonight's journey of transformation together. Let's talk about that feeling, that quiet, persistent, unshakable feeling that has been settling in your spirit lately. It's not loud. It's not demanding. It's a whisper, a divine whisper that you simply cannot ignore any longer. You've tried, haven't you? You've tried to dismiss it as wishful thinking, as your imagination running wild after a long, hard day. You've told yourself it's just the echo of your own desperate prayers for a breakthrough, for a sign, for any indication that your struggle has not been in vain. But it keeps returning, in the quiet moments just before you fall asleep, or in the stillness of the early morning before the world awakens. It's a subtle hum beneath the noise of your daily life, a gentle pressure on your heart, a sense of anticipation that has no logical source. My child, I need you to understand that what you are feeling is not a fantasy. It is the first touch of grace. It is the initial signal from the heavens that your period of waiting is coming to a close. This is the first tangible evidence that a message is being sent directly to you, a spiritual breadcrumb leading you toward the miracle you have been praying for. God does not always communicate in thunder and lightning. More often, his voice is found in the still, small whisper that Elijah heard. It's a voice designed to be heard not by the ears, but by the soul. It is an invitation to lean in, to quiet the world around you, and to listen with the heart. This whisper is your invitation. It is the universe gently tapping you on the shoulder, asking, "Are you ready? Are you paying attention? Because what you have asked for is on its way." I know the weariness you've felt. I know the nights you have spent staring at the ceiling, calculating bills, and wondering how you will make it through another week, another month. You have carried your burdens with a quiet strength, with a faith that, even when it wavered, never fully broke. You have honored your commitments. You have been good to others even when your own well was running dry, and you have kept a flicker of hope alive in the deepest chambers of your heart. God has seen it all. Not a single tear has gone unnoticed. Not a single silent prayer has been lost in the ether. And now, the response has begun. The whisper is the evidence. Think back over the last few weeks. Have you found yourself seeing repeating number sequences, 1111 on the clock, 222, 444 on a license plate or a receipt? These are not mere coincidences. They are winks from your guardian angels, gentle nudges to let you know that you are in alignment, that you are on the right path. Have you come across a feather in a place where a feather shouldn't be? This is a classic sign from the divine realm, a symbol of lightness, of truth, and of flight, signifying that your spirit is about to be lifted from its heavy burdens. Perhaps it was a song that came on the radio at the exact moment you needed to hear its message, or a conversation you overheard between strangers that seemed to speak directly to your private struggle, offering a piece of wisdom or a spark of hope. Maybe an old friend reached out of the blue, or an unexpected opportunity, even a small one, presented itself. You might have dismissed these things. You might have rationalized them away. But I am here tonight to tell you, with absolute certainty, to stop dismissing them. These are not random events. They are the carefully orchestrated first notes of your symphony of abundance. They are the initial tremors that precede a groundbreaking miracle. This whisper is a call to heightened awareness. It's a test of faith in itself. Can you believe in the promise before you see the proof? Can you trust a feeling, a gut instinct, an inexplicable sense of knowing, because that is where true faith is forged? Believing in the promise when all your physical senses tell you that your circumstances are unchanged. The whisper is God's way of saying, "Walk with me by faith, not by sight, just for a little while longer. Trust this feeling I have placed within you, for it is the compass that will guide you home." Your financial situation is not your identity. Your debt is not your destiny. The struggle you have endured is not your final chapter. It is the training ground that has prepared you for what comes next. The whisper you are hearing is the graduation bell. It is the signal that you have passed the tests of perseverance, of humility, and of faith. You have proven you are ready. The season of lack is concluding, and the divine whisper is the sound of the page turning. It's the gentle rustle of a new chapter being written for you, a chapter of peace, of security, and of overflow. So tonight, I want you to honor that feeling. Acknowledge it. Welcome it. When you feel that subtle sense of excitement or peace, don't push it away. Breathe into it. Say, "Thank you. I hear you. I am ready." By doing so, you are sending a signal back to the universe. You are saying, "Yes, I am listening. My heart is open to receive." This act of conscious acknowledgement amplifies the signal. It turns the volume up on that whisper, making it clearer and more distinct with each passing day. You are beginning a dialogue with the divine. This is the starting point of your conscious co-creation of the miracle that awaits. This divine whisper is your personal confirmation. You have been heard. You are loved. And a profound financial transformation is not just possible. It has already been set in motion. Now that you have acknowledged the divine whisper, now that you have accepted that this subtle, persistent feeling is not your imagination but a genuine spiritual signal, a new question naturally arises in your mind. It's a question born of humility, and perhaps a lifetime of feeling overlooked. You're asking, "But why me? Why was I chosen?" You look at your life, at your past mistakes, at the times your faith felt fragile, and you wonder what could possibly make you worthy of such a profound, life-altering miracle. You might think of others who seem more devout, more deserving, more put together. Let me address this question directly, because it is the final doorway of doubt you must walk through to fully embrace what is yours. You were not chosen by accident. Your selection was not random. You have been carefully and meticulously prepared for this exact moment, for this specific blessing. Every trial you have endured, every tear you have shed, every moment you felt you were at your breaking point, these were not punishments. They were preparations. They were lessons in a divine curriculum designed specifically for you. Think about the periods of profound lack you have experienced, the times you had to stretch every dollar, get creative with meals, and pray that your car would start one more time. You thought that was a curse, a sign of failure. But God saw it as essential training. It taught you the true value of resources. It instilled in you a deep sense of gratitude for the smallest of blessings, a full tank of gas, a stocked pantry, an unexpected discount. You learned humility. You learned empathy. You will never, ever take wealth for granted. When your miracle arrives, you will not become arrogant or wasteful because you know intimately what it is like to have nothing. That experience is not a stain on your past. It is a vital credential for your future. You have been vetted for stewardship. Consider the moments of loneliness and isolation you have walked through, the times when friends fell away, when you felt misunderstood, when it seemed like you were facing your battles completely alone. In that crushing silence, you were forced to find a strength you never knew you possessed. You learned to rely not on the validation of others, but on your own inner voice and your connection to the divine. You developed a resilience that is unshakable. God needed you to know that your worth is not determined by the company you keep, but by the character you build in solitude. This resilience ensures that when you are blessed, you will not be swayed by false friends who are only attracted to your newfound success. You have been trained in discernment. And what about the betrayals? The times your heart was broken, your trust was shattered, and your kindness was taken for weakness. Those wounds were painful, I know, but they were powerful teachers. They taught you forgiveness, not as a gift to the one who hurt you, but as a way to free your own soul from the poison of bitterness. They sharpened your intuition, allowing you to sense insincerity from a mile away. This spiritual fortification is crucial. God is about to place you in a position of influence and means, and He needed to know that your heart was pure and your judgment was sound. Your scars are not signs of damage. They are symbols of your graduation from the school of human nature. You have been qualified for leadership. You see, you were not chosen because you are perfect. You were chosen because you are prepared. Your journey has sculpted you into the exact vessel required for the blessing that is coming. A person who has never known lack cannot truly appreciate abundance. A person who has never felt alone cannot truly cherish connection. A person who has never been hurt cannot truly understand the power of grace. Your entire life has been a tapestry, and what you perceived as frayed threads and dark patches were actually essential colors creating a masterpiece of character. God is not looking for a perfect portfolio. He is looking for a proven heart. He needed to know He could trust your character before He could trust you with capital. The pressure you have been under was not meant to crush you. It was meant to create a diamond. A diamond reflects light in countless directions, and that is what you will do with your blessing. You will become a beacon of hope, a source of generosity, a living testament to God's faithfulness. This is why because you won't hide your blessing. You won't hoard it. You will use it to heal your own life. And then you will instinctively look for ways to let that healing overflow to others. The financial miracle that is coming is not just a reward. It is an entrustment. It is a tool. It is the resource attached to a divine assignment that only you, with your unique history and your hard-won wisdom, are qualified to carry out. So, let go of the question, "Why me?" and replace it with the affirmation, "I am ready." Your past was not a series of random, unfortunate events. It was a purposeful, divinely guided training ground. You have been in the fire and you have emerged not burned, but purified. You have been in the wilderness and you have learned to find manna where others see only sand. You are the one. Your compassion, your resilience, your humility, and your quiet, stubborn faith are the very reasons your name was called. The whisper you heard was the universe confirming that your training is complete. You have earned your inheritance not through perfection, but through perseverance. You are chosen. Now that you understand and accept the profound truth that you were not punished but prepared, not forgotten but chosen, your entire spiritual constitution begins to change. The question of why me has dissolved, replaced by a quiet, powerful affirmation, "I am ready." This shift in your spirit is monumental. It's like tuning a radio from a station of static and doubt to a clear, crisp frequency of divine communication. And on this new frequency, the signs of your approaching miracle become sharp and undeniable. The universe is no longer just whispering, it is now actively leaving you a trail of clues. confirming that your breakthrough is not just a distant hope, but an imminent reality. You must become a spiritual detective, a seeker of signs, because they are everywhere now. These are not meant to be puzzling or obscure. They are clear, loving confirmations designed to bolster your faith for this final stretch of your journey. Let's talk about what these signs look like, so you can recognize them as the divine markers they are. First, pay close attention to the small, unusual shifts in your financial world. I'm not talking about the miracle itself arriving all at once, but the appetizers that come before the feast. You might be cleaning out an old jacket and find a forgotten $20 bill. You might receive a small, unexpected refund from a utility company or a check in the mail for a class action settlement you don't even remember. You could win a small amount on a lottery ticket you felt strangely compelled to buy. Do not dismiss these moments. Do not say, "Oh, it's just $20. That doesn't solve my problems." You must understand the spiritual principle at play. This is God demonstrating His ability to bring resources to you from unexpected channels. It's a wink and a nod, saying, "If I can do this with $20, imagine what I am about to do with more. This is just a warm-up. This is me testing the lines of delivery to your address." Alongside this, you may notice a clearing of the books. A small debt you've been worried about might be suddenly forgiven. A company might waive a late fee without you even having to ask. Someone who owed you a small amount of money for years, an amount you had long since written off, might suddenly show up and repay you. This is spiritually significant. It symbolizes the clearing of old, stagnant energy of lack and debt. The universe is tidying up your financial house to make room for the new furniture of abundance. Beyond money itself, look for the appearance of opportunities. You'll be scrolling online, not even looking for a job, and an advertisement will pop up that seems written specifically for you, matching your unique skills and passions. An idea for a business or a creative project will land in your mind with such clarity and force that it feels like a divine download. You will have a casual conversation with someone who opens a door you never knew existed. These are not accidents. These are divinely orchestrated pathways being illuminated for you. Your only job is to notice them and be willing to take the first gentle step. Second, the signs will appear in your environment and your relationships. There is often a period of clearing out right before a major blessing. Don't be alarmed if certain relationships begin to fall away peacefully. People who are anchored in negativity, gossip, or a mindset of perpetual lack may start to drift out of your life. It won't be dramatic or painful. It will feel natural, like a ship untethering from a dock. This is the universe lovingly making space. It is removing the energies that are incompatible with your next chapter. Simultaneously, you may feel an almost primal urge to declutter your home. You'll want to clean out closets, donate old items, and create physical space. This is your soul's physical expression of making room. You are nesting, preparing your home for the arrival of new blessings. Synchronicities will also intensify. It will move beyond just seeing number patterns. You'll be grappling with a problem, and the solution will be spoken aloud by a character on a TV show you're watching. You'll think of an old friend from your past, and within hours, you will get a message from them. The universe is showing you that it is listening to your thoughts and actively conspiring to bring you the answers and connections you need. Pay attention to these moments. They are proof that you are in a state of flow, perfectly aligned with the divine current that is carrying your miracle toward you. Finally, the most profound signs will manifest in your inner world. Your dream life may become incredibly vivid. You might have dreams of flying effortlessly over landscapes, which symbolizes freedom from limitation. You might dream of clear, flowing rivers or oceans, a classic symbol of financial flow and emotional peace. You might dream of discovering new, unfurnished rooms in your house, which represents the new areas of your life that are about to be filled with abundance. These are not just random dreams. They are your spirit and subconscious mind getting comfortable with your new reality before it even manifests physically. And perhaps the most powerful sign of all is an internal shift from anxiety to peace. You will notice that even though your bank account or bills look the same as they did last week, your feeling about them has changed. The frantic, desperate energy begins to fade, replaced by an unexplainable, deep-seated calm, a quiet knowing that everything is handled. This is the ultimate indicator that your faith has fully matured. You have reached a state of trust so profound that you can feel the reality of the solution before it arrives. This peace is the fertile soil in which your miracle will finally take root and blossom. When you feel this peace, know that you are on the very cusp of your breakthrough. Seeing the signs, the synchronicities, and the small tokens of favor from the universe is a profoundly validating experience. It's the confirmation that your prayers have been heard and that the gears of divine mechanics are turning in your favor. But I want to invite you to go deeper now. Those external signs are merely a reflection, an echo of the most critical work that is happening and must happen within you. Your miracle is not just something that happens to you, it's something that happens through you. To receive the monumental blessing that is waiting for you, you must consciously and deliberately align your own spirit with its frequency. You must become a vibrational match for the very abundance you seek. Think of it this way. Your divine financial breakthrough is like a powerful radio broadcast from heaven. The message of abundance is being transmitted constantly, 24/7. But if your own spiritual receiver is tuned to a station of worry, doubt, and lack, you will only hear static. The work of this season of your life is to fine-tune your own spirit, to turn the dial with intention until you lock onto the clear, strong signal of prosperity and peace. This is not a passive waiting game. This is the active and sacred process of alignment. So how do you do this? It begins with the words you speak. Your words have creative power. They are the tools you use to paint the canvas of your reality. For too long, you have likely spoken a language of lack without even realizing it. Phrases like, "I'm so broke. I can't afford that. I'll never get out of this hole." Or, "Nothing ever works out for me." Every time you speak these words, you are placing an order with the universe for more of the same. You are reinforcing the very reality you wish to escape. The time has come to change your language. This is non-negotiable. From this moment forward, you must become a vigilant guardian of the words that come out of your mouth. When the temptation arises to say, "I can't afford it," I want you to catch yourself. Reframe it with the power of choice. "I am choosing to allocate my resources differently right now." Or simply, "That's not a priority for me at this moment." See the difference. One is a declaration of victimhood. The other is a statement of power. Begin to actively speak your new truth into existence with affirmations. Say them in the car, in the shower, as you fall asleep. I am a magnet for financial miracles. Money flows to me from expected and unexpected sources. I am worthy of wealth and I manage it wisely. My wallet is a vessel of abundance. At first, it may feel like you are lying to yourself. That's okay. Your rational mind is programmed by your past. Your spirit, however, recognizes the truth in these statements. You are not lying, you are prophesying your future. Next, you must cultivate a radical state of gratitude. Gratitude is the single most powerful spiritual multiplier in the universe. It is the frequency of heaven. It is impossible to be in a state of genuine gratitude and a state of fear at the same time. They cannot coexist. Therefore, gratitude is the ultimate antidote to worry. Start and end your day by listing things you are grateful for. Do not be generic. Go into detail. Don't just be grateful for your home. Be grateful for the feeling of your favorite blanket, the warmth of the water in your shower, the specific way the light comes through your window in the morning. This practice trains your brain to seek out the good, to see the abundance that already surrounds you. Then, take it a step further with what I call preemptive gratitude. Begin to thank God in advance for the miracle that is on its way. Thank you, God, for the financial freedom that is already mine in the spiritual realm and is now manifesting in my physical reality. Thank you for the peace of mind that comes from having all my needs met with surplus. This is an act of supreme faith. It tells the universe that you trust the promise so completely that you are already celebrating its fulfillment. Finally, you must begin to embody the energy of your future self. This doesn't mean being irresponsible or fake. It means acting as if in your spirit. Ask yourself, how would the version of me who is financially free and at peace behave? That version of you would walk a little taller. They would be less rushed, less frantic. They would be more generous, not necessarily with money yet, but with their smiles, their kindness, their patience. Start embodying that energy now. Tidy up your wallet. Treat the money you do have with respect. Don't just crumple it up. Arrange the bills neatly. This sends a message of respect for money, telling it that it is welcome and cared for in your presence. Dress in clothes that make you feel good, even if you're just at home. You are signaling to yourself and to the universe that you are ready for an upgrade. You are stepping into the role before the curtain rises. This alignment also requires you to release spiritual blockages. The primary blockage to abundance is unforgiveness. If you are holding on to bitterness towards someone who wronged you financially, you are drinking poison and expecting them to get sick. That dense, heavy energy of resentment is repelling the light, high-frequency energy of abundance. Forgiving is not for them, it's for you. It is a spiritual detox that clears the channels for your blessing to flow through. Write a letter you never send. Say a prayer of release, and give that burden to God. You need your hands empty to receive what is coming. This inner work is the most important part of your journey. It is the final preparation of the soil of your soul. Your words, your gratitude, your energy, and your willingness to forgive are the ingredients that make the ground fertile for a miracle to land. This is not a chore. It is your holy act of co-creation with the divine. The speed and scale of your breakthrough from this point forward are directly related to the depth and sincerity of your inner alignment. You have done the sacred inner work. You have meticulously tuned the frequency of your spirit, shifting your language from lack to abundance, cultivating a profound gratitude, and embodying the energy of your fulfilled self. The soil of your soul is now rich, fertile, and ready. Now, my friend, it is time to plant the seed. It is time to use the most potent, God-given faculty you possess to call your miracle into being your sanctified imagination. Please do not mistake this for idle daydreaming or childish fantasy. Your imagination is the workshop of your spirit. It is the architectural firm where the blueprints of your future are drawn up. Before any great cathedral was built, stone by stone, it first had to exist as a complete and perfect vision in the mind of its architect. Your financial miracle is no different. You must see it, feel it, and inhabit it in your mind before it can be built in your reality. This is not just hoping. This is creating. This is your active participation in the miracle. So right now, I want to guide you through this process. If you can, find a comfortable position, dim the lights around you, and close your eyes. If you're driving or unable to close your eyes, simply focus your inner attention. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, release the tension in your shoulders, your jaw, and your hands. Take another deep breath, and as you exhale, let go of the day's worries. You are in a safe, sacred space. Now, I want you to bring your awareness to the moment of discovery, the moment you find out that everything has changed. What does that look like for you? Perhaps you are sitting at your kitchen table and you feel a nudge to check your online banking app. You log in, and for a moment, you think there's a mistake. The number you see on the screen is so large, with so many zeros, that your brain can't quite process it. You close the app and open it again. The number is still there. It's real. What do you see? See the bright light of your phone screen. See the exact digits of that balance. See the room around you in sharp detail, the coffee cup on your table, the sunlight streaming through the window. Now, what do you hear? Do you hear the sharp gasp that escapes your own lips? Do you hear the sudden, frantic beating of your own heart? Or is there a profound silence, a moment of such awe that all the noise of the world just fades away? Now, tap into the feeling. This is the most important part. Feel that first wave of shock give way to an overwhelming tide of relief. Feel it physically, like a 1,000-pound weight you've been carrying for years, suddenly dissolving into nothing. Feel the tension you've held in your neck and shoulders for a decade just melt away. Feel the knot of anxiety that has lived in your stomach for so long finally untie itself. And then, let the joy come. Not a frantic joy, but a deep, soulful joy that brings tears to your eyes. Tears of gratitude. Feel the overwhelming urge to look up and whisper, "Thank you. Oh my God, thank you." Stay in that feeling. Let it saturate every cell in your body. This feeling is the magnetic signature of your miracle. What is the very first thing you do? Do you slide from your chair onto your knees in a prayer of pure thanksgiving? Do you grab your phone to call your partner or your mother, your voice trembling so much you can barely speak? It happened. You say, "The miracle, it happened." Feel the joy of sharing that news, of hearing their shock and happiness. Or maybe you do something incredibly practical. Maybe you open a notebook and with a shaking hand, you write down a list of every single debt you have. And one by one, you log into those accounts and you press the button that says, "Pay full balance." Feel the incredible, liberating power of each click. Visualize the confirmation emails arriving. Your balance is now $0. Feel the freedom. Now, let's expand this vision. Your life is different now. I want you to imagine yourself a week later. You are walking into a grocery store. For the first time in years, you are not looking at the prices. You are simply putting into your cart what you and your family need and want. Healthy, beautiful food. You get to the checkout, and when the total comes up, you feel no fear. You tap your card with a sense of peace and calm. It's a simple act, but it is a symbol of your new reality. Visualize an act of generosity. See yourself sitting with a family member or a dear friend who you know has been struggling. You listen to their story, and then you are able to say those miraculous words, "Let me take care of that for you." Imagine writing a check or making a transfer that you know will change their life, and feel the pure joy of being a channel for God's abundance. This is why you were chosen, not just to receive, but to give. See yourself planning a trip you've always dreamed of, not looking for the cheapest deal, but for the most beautiful experience. Feel the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a safety net, an emergency fund, a retirement account that is flourishing? What does it feel like to go to bed at night without a single worry about money? What does that silence in your mind feel like? That is the peace that surpasses all understanding. This is your sacred rehearsal. I want you to commit to running this mental movie every single day. When you wake up and before you sleep, feel the feelings, see the sights, hear the sounds. The more you visit this reality in your mind, the more you impress it upon your subconscious and the more you signal to the universe. This is it. This is the reality I am ready for. This is the blueprint. Please begin construction. You are closing the gap between the unseen and the seen, pulling your future into your now as you faithfully practice the sacred art of visualization. You are doing something truly profound. You are building a bridge between the unseen spiritual realm and your visible, tangible world. With every detail you imagine, with every emotion of joy and relief you allow yourself to feel, you are paving that bridge, making it stronger and more real, calling your miracle closer with every heartfelt breath. It's an exhilarating process, but as your new reality draws near, as the energy of it becomes so potent you can almost taste it, it is not uncommon for a final, shadowy adversary to rise from within and challenge you. This adversary is your own fear. Do not be alarmed when this happens. Do not for a second think it is a sign that your faith is weak or that the miracle isn't coming. In fact, it is the exact opposite. This last-minute assault of doubt and fear is one of the surest signs that your breakthrough is not only real, but imminent. Think of it as the final guard at the gate of your old reality. Its job, for years, has been to keep you within the familiar walls of your struggle, because even a painful reality can feel safer than an unknown one. Now that you are at the very gate, ready to step into a new world, this guard is having a panic attack. Its frantic whispers are its last-ditch effort to pull you back into the life you are about to leave behind. You will hear its voice, and it will sound deceptively like your own logic. It will whisper, "This is too good to be true. You're just setting yourself up for a huge disappointment." It will say, "Look at your bank account. Nothing has changed. You're a fool for believing this." It will attack your worthiness, murmuring, "Who are you to deserve such a blessing when so many others are struggling? What have you done to earn this?" It will even try to sabotage your future, planting seeds of anxiety like, "What if you get all this money and you mess it up? What if you lose it all? What if everyone starts treating you differently and asking you for things?" These are the final tests of faith. This is the last exam before your graduation. How you handle these whispers will determine everything. The old way would be to argue with them, to wrestle with them, which only gives them more power. Today, I want to give you a new strategy, a spiritual strategy for conquering this final enemy with grace. First, you must acknowledge the fear, but refuse to engage it in battle. When the thought, "This is too good to be true," arises, I want you to calmly and lovingly respond in your mind, as if speaking to a scared child. Say, "I hear you. Fear. Thank you for trying to protect me. I know this new reality is unfamiliar and it scares you, but your job is done now. I am safe. I am protected by God, and I am choosing to move forward in faith." This simple act of acknowledgement, followed by a gentle dismissal, disarms the fear. You are not fighting it. You are lovingly retiring it. Second, you must flip the what-if game. Fear loves to play the game of negative possibility. What if it all goes wrong? Your job is to snatch that game away and play a new version. When fear asks, "What if you're just being foolish?" you will counter immediately and forcefully with, "But what if this is the wisest I've ever been?" What if this is absolutely real? What if I handle this blessing with perfect wisdom and grace? What if this financial miracle allows me to become the person I was always meant to be? What if it works out more beautifully than I could ever imagine? You must use your God-given imagination to paint a positive future with even more passion than the fear uses to paint a negative one. Third, you must anchor yourself in past evidence of God's faithfulness. Your own life is a book of testimony. Fear wants you to have amnesia, to forget all the times you have been provided for. I want you to actively remember. Remember that time you didn't know how you would pay a crucial bill, and the money appeared at the last possible second. Remember that health scare that turned out to be nothing. Remember that period of heartbreak you thought you would never survive. But here you are, stronger and wiser. The same God, the same divine power that brought you through every single one of those trials is the one guiding you now. Your past victories are the undeniable proof you need to silence your present doubts. This final onslaught of fear is not a red flag. It is a confirmation. The darkness is always the most chaotic right before the dawn. When you disturb an old, dusty room, the dust flies everywhere before it settles. You have disturbed the old reality of lack. You have shaken it to its foundations with your faith, your alignment, and your vision. This cloud of fear dust is a sign of your success. It proves that what you are doing is working. You are at the very threshold. So when these doubts come, I want you to smile. I want you to stand a little taller and say, "Ah, there you are. I've been expecting you. Your presence tells me just how close I am." Do not shrink. Do not retreat into the old comfort of pessimism. Stand your ground. Hold on to the vision you have practiced. Hold on to the feeling of relief and joy. This is the moment to stand firm in your faith, to wrap yourself in the promise, and to know that you have already won. You have faced down the final guard. The gate is now undefended. All that is left is to walk through it. You have come so far. You have navigated the path from the first divine whisper to understanding your chosen purpose. You have learned to see the signs, to align your spirit, to visualize your victory, and most recently, you have stood firm against the final onslaught of fear. You have done the holy work. The gate to your new reality now stands wide open before you, and the light of your answered prayers is pouring through. You have arrived at the threshold. Now, we must master a skill that sounds deceptively simple, yet is one of the most profound spiritual arts you can learn: the art of gracefully receiving. For years, perhaps your entire life, you have been conditioned to strive, to work, to fight, to push, and to earn. You have been a masterful giver, often pouring from a cup that was nearly empty. But how are you at receiving? When someone pays you a compliment, is your first instinct to deflect it or downplay it? When someone offers you help, do you feel a pang of guilt or an obligation to immediately pay them back? If so, you are not alone. So many of us have been taught that our value lies in our doing, not in our being, and we have inadvertently become experts at blocking the very blessings we pray for. The posture of struggle is a clenched fist. For so long, your hands have been balled into fists, fists of determination, fists of fighting to survive, fists of holding on for dear life. But I need you to hear this today. You cannot receive a gift with a clenched fist. It is spiritually and physically impossible. The time for clenching is over. The time for fighting is done. The season of struggle has concluded. Your next act of faith, your final act of surrender, is to simply open your hands. Right now, wherever you are, I invite you to do just that. Physically unclench your jaw, relax your shoulders, and open your palms. turning them upwards. This is the physical posture of receptivity. It is a sign to God, to the universe, and to your own soul that you are ready. You are no longer fighting for a blessing. You are positioning yourself to receive one. With this open posture comes the final, complete acceptance of your own worthiness. The lie that you must earn this miracle must be silenced forever. You do not earn a gift. You accept it. You do not earn an inheritance. You receive it based on your identity as a child of the King. The work you did, the trials, the character building, the alignment was the preparation that made you a vessel, capable of holding this blessing. The preparation was the work. The receiving is about grace, so let go of the need to justify it. When your miracle arrives, your only job is to say yes to it. Your most powerful and appropriate response in the moment of fulfillment is not a long explanation or a litany of your unworthiness. It is two simple yet infinitely powerful words, thank you. When you see the number in your account, when you receive the call, when the opportunity is confirmed, let your first response, spoken or unspoken, be a profound and humble thank you. These words are a declaration of faith. They say, I see this gift, I honor this gift, I accept this gift, and I am grateful for the giver. It completes the circuit of blessing. As you receive, you must consciously release any feelings of guilt. As your life transforms, you may look at others who are still in the position you just left, and a form of survivor's guilt can creep in. This is a subtle trap designed to get you to shrink back and hide your light. Do not fall for it. Your blessing has not taken anything away from anyone else. God's supply is infinite. He does not have a limited budget. Your breakthrough is not a source of guilt. It is a source of hope. You become a living, breathing testament to what is possible. Your success is a permission slip for others to believe for their own. Your role is not to apologize for your blessing, but to be a brilliant and inspiring steward of it. When the moment comes, be present. The temptation will be to immediately spiral into frantic activity, making calls, spending, planning. Resist this urge. Just for a moment, take a breath. Sit in stillness for 5 minutes and just let the reality of it wash over you. Honor the sacredness of that moment. It is the culmination of every prayer, every tear, every ounce of faith you have mustered. Let your first act be one of communion, not commotion. Then, after you have centered yourself in gratitude, I want you to be wise. Do not make any huge, life-altering decisions in the first rush of emotion. The same divine intelligence that guided the miracle to you will also give you the wisdom to manage it. Let the blessing settle in your bank account, but more importantly, let it settle in your spirit. Pray for wisdom. Ask for clear guidance on the next right steps. The blessing is not just the money, it's the peace, clarity, and divine strategy that come with it. Be a gracious host. Welcome the miracle in. Let it get comfortable and listen to the wisdom it has brought with it. This is how you receive with grace. You have walked the sacred path, from hearing that first faint whisper of promise to understanding the divine reasoning behind your selection. You have learned to see the signs, to align your spirit, to visualize the victory, to conquer fear, and finally, to open your hands and gracefully receive. You have welcomed your miracle with a humble and grateful heart. But I must tell you, the arrival of this profound blessing is not the finish line. It is not the end of your story. It is, in fact, the true starting line. You have just completed your training, and now your real assignment begins. You were entrusted with these resources for a reason far beyond your own comfort. And now we arrive at the most beautiful part of this entire journey, discovering and embracing the divine purpose of your abundance. Remember why you were chosen. It was not because you were perfect, but because your past struggles sculpted you into a person of character, empathy, and humility. God knew He could trust you. He knew you would not be corrupted by this blessing, but rather, you would be completed by it. The purpose of this financial miracle is not for you to build a larger dam, to hoard resources for yourself, but for you to become a wider, deeper river through which divine blessings can flow out into the world. A stagnant pond, no matter how large, eventually becomes lifeless, but a flowing river, regardless of its size, brings life, refreshment, and growth to everything it touches. God did not bless you to become a pond. He blessed you to become a mighty and life-giving river. Your first purpose, your first act of stewardship, is to bring healing and peace to your own household. This is not selfish. It is essential. You cannot pour effectively from a cup that is cracked and leaking, so your first mission is to use these resources to seal the cracks. Pay off every single debt that has haunted your nights and stolen your peace. Secure your home. Build a foundation of safety and security for you and your loved ones. Create a cushion that allows you to breathe freely for the first time in years. This act of bringing your own house into a state of shalom, of divine peace, is a holy act. It honors the gift and establishes the stable platform from which you will now give. Once your own foundation is secure, you will discover one of the most profound joys available to the human spirit, the joy of effortless generosity. This is entirely different from the giving you may have done in the past, giving from a place of lack, where every dollar you gave away was a sacrifice. Now, you will learn to give from a place of overflow. You will see a need and be able to meet it without a moment of anxiety. You will be able to support the causes, the ministries, the charities that are dear to your heart in a meaningful way. You will be able to tip a waiter or waitress so extravagantly that it changes their entire week. You will be able to help a struggling friend or family member and genuinely say, "Please, do not worry about paying me back." This is the joy that God intended for His children to be conduits of His goodness, to be the hands and feet that deliver miracles to others. And then there is your divine assignment. Deep within your heart, there is a dream, a calling, a passion that you may have shelved long ago because it seemed financially impossible. Perhaps it was a dream to start a business, to write a book, to create art, to go back to school, to start a foundation, or to build something beautiful in your community. For years, the door to that dream was locked, and the key was labeled resources. The financial miracle you have received is that key. God has not just blessed your finances, He has funded your purpose. He has capitalized your calling. Now is the time to dust off that old dream and ask, what is the first step? The blessing is the fuel. Your passion is the engine. Your life is the vehicle. It is time to begin the journey you were truly created for. As we bring tonight's journey to a close, I want you to simply rest in this truth. Let all the striving and the striving cease. Let the planning and the worrying fall away into a quiet trust. You have walked a long and arduous road to get here, and now you stand in a place of grace. Let this profound sense of peace settle over you like a warm, weighted blanket. The great work has been done, both by you and for you, and all that is left is to live out this beautiful new truth. Your future is not something you have to chase after anymore. It is something you can now unfold into, moment by moment, with wisdom and with grace. Let these words settle deep into your spirit, like a gentle rain falling upon soft earth, nourishing the seeds that have been planted there. There is nothing more for you to do tonight but to rest. Rest in the knowledge that you are seen, you are loved, and you are chosen. Rest in the assurance that your period of struggle is over, and your season of purpose has now beautifully and irrevocably begun. Let the river of peace flow through your heart, clearing away any remaining residue of fear, and filling you with a quiet, certain joy for the dawn that is breaking in your life. May your heart be at peace tonight. May your mind be calm and at rest, and may your dreams be filled with the sweet and gentle assurance of the beautiful purpose that awaits you. The miracle is here, and it is you.